Major Shah, in the videos that have emerged on social media, we can see Chinese officials locking people inside their houses with metallic bars. What are your thoughts on this?
I'm not really surprised by this at all, because what's happening in China, we had Chinese people are known for it. In fact, they will do all within their means to come to. They will do all that they can to use unethical measures. So I am really not actually surprised by it at all, that matter.
Is this a forced quarantine, the China's version of quarantine, an act of concern, or should we look at it as a human right violation?
No, it's definitely a human right violation and by China, and there is no question of it. And they can give thousand number of excuses that it's an act of quarantine and this, that. They can say what they want. Just a few days back, about a week back, rather 10 days back, there was this news of Chinese people trying to recruit Tibetans into their forces, which is fine, which is perfectly fine, which is fair enough. Because in 1950s, we had conceded that Tibet is part of China and they are welcome to do that. But the moment they make any religious conversions over there, it will be an act of human right violation. And China, I am not really very surprised, because they are only being a bully. It is basically dadagiri. They're like, okay, we can do it, we have the power to do it, so we will do it. Let's see who can do what they want. We have formed a Quad, we have formed 4 nations, we are this Quad Plus also going in. So there are actions being taken, but let's see how much we can curb China from getting over-ambitious and greedy and coming to become a superpower, which they are aiming at doing. So most certainly, I would see it as an act of human rights violation.
China has hit back, repeating its position that the initial investigation was enough and that calls for further data were motivated by politics instead of scientific inquiry. China has now said that the investigation is motivated by political means. Suresh K. Goyal, what are your thoughts on this? China going ahead and saying that this is a politically motivated move.
First of all, for China to say that the request from WHO to share earlier data with it on the investigation of the origin of coronavirus is a bit strange. And for them to call it a politically motivated, in fact, is nothing but an attempt to sweep facts under the carpet. Why should China be shying away from sharing information? WHO is not even asking for any analysis or anything at all. They just want raw data from the beginning to be able to investigate how the coronavirus originated. And for China to say this is politically motivated sounds very, very curious, and is nothing but an attempt to hide facts, really. Please do recall that also in the first visit of WHO scientists to China, to Wuhan, the access to the lab was given after several attempts. It was not easy. And even there is a suspicion that most of what was given by China was actually doctored or was actually filtered to an extent that no possible honest and impartial investigation could have been made. That is the reason that Joe Biden, the president, he ordered for an inquiry into the WHO virus based on the data available. Therefore, all said and done, I think it is the right of the international community to know how it happened so that these kind of things can be avoided in the future. And it will be really appropriate and necessary for China to share the data as WHO has asked for. And it is actually China which is acting at a political level rather than encouraging a scientific inquiry.
Right, Major Shah, my question to you is that China has refused for more probe. It's saying that the initial investigation was enough and that calls for further data are motivated by politics instead of scientific inquiry. Is China afraid that if there's a renewed COVID probe, there would be trouble for China? And how do we ensure that there is some significant development on this front? Because China has been rejected rejecting all COVID probes, saying that we are not involved?
Very good question. In fact, I will relate this with a small analogy.
Yeah.
For example, if there was a case on me and there's an inquiry on me, and if I resist the inquiry, I say no, what is it going to prove? It goes to prove that I am guilty. Whereas an inquiry upon me, if I welcome the inquiry, it will go on to prove that it will only clear the air. That I am not guilty of anything. Come and check, come and make an inquiry on me. It's perfectly fine. You are most welcome. But China is resisting that probe. Now what, here itself is common sense that yes, they are scared because so far it's only speculation around the world that what China has done, was it deliberate, was it biological warfare, what did they launch, what exactly happened, it's all speculation, nothing has been actually proved as such. But when the moment there's a probe, it will all come out in the open, and China has been hiding facts, they have been trying to distort stories, they look at the entire world in topsy-turvy. I mean, China's unethical practices, they are only being too greedy beyond their means. In fact, they are. So definitely, I've given you this analogy, and China most certainly 200%. In fact, China is scared somewhere down in their hearts, deep down in their hearts, they are aware that when the probe happens, their guilt would be proved to the whole world. In fact.
At this point, should the international community put its foot down, and how do we hold China accountable at this point?
See, the whole world is as it is against China, and we already unofficially hold China accountable for it. But do we think that it makes a difference to China? It really does not, to be honest. Even if we hold China accountable for it, they'll be like, okay, we have done our damage, we have done what we had to do. Let's see what you can do. Come on. Let's see what you can destroy of us. So there's nothing as such that all one can do is slowly and gradually, like there was a movement which had picked up pace, boycott China, which wasn't as simple as bringing a television set at home which were made in China. It also, because they have also done invisible invasion on us. So best is hit the dragon where it hurts. That is the economy. Now, when we actually as a global, and when we all stand together, united among all the nations, and we go against China still, it really does not affect China's health in any manner still. Best would be just delink the trade relations with China, as just limit them as much as we can, and just.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm so sorry, there was some network issue. There was some.
No issues.
So now the only way is to get back to the dragon, how it affects. That is on the economy. That is the only way. Otherwise, there is no other way.
Right. At this point, what should be WHO's action? Should it be really afraid of China, or should it put its foot down that, there needs to be another investigation, there needs to be another visit of WHO to China to investigate where did it all originate from, because the whole world is suffering at this point. We also have fears of a third wave coming in. China is locking in citizens. What is happening?
No, there definitely should be a probe on that, and the WHO team should definitely go into China and see where it originated. But that is not the solution. Now they have done the damage. Now we have to look at the cure. We have to look how it can be further prevented. So certainly WHO, in fact, China is already hold China accountable. Take it that we already hold China accountable, and they are guilty of it. They originated with this virus, and they have been playing dirty. Okay, I'll give you an example. Why is it that we have had the least amount of casualties from China? And also, if you look at the top brass, the top leadership, the politicians, how come, even in India for that matter, we've had our leadership suffer from COVID? We've had our politicians getting COVID. How come in China, their politicians did not get affected by COVID? Secondly, they had made friends with Russia. How come? They certainly had an antidote for it from the very beginning. That's my take on it. And when a team of WHO goes in, they will be able to infer, and at least China would be under pressure for that matter that is the best that we can do, that what WHO can also do. Maintain that pressure on China so that they do not come further with such a mischievous thing ever again.
Right. Thank you, Major Shah, for joining us on the broadcast.